Sons of Anarchy saw Jax Teller and other members of the title club coming and going from jail, and when Jax was released from prison in Season 4, he had a couple of scars on his abdomen. Today, I want to explore what happened to Jax in prison to get those scars. But first, I want to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, led by Jax Teller, VP of SAMCRO at the beginning of the series and later president of the club, Sons of Anarchy saw the club and its members go through many ups and downs in their personal lives and part of the club, and something included in the outlaw life is going to jail a couple of times and for a variety of reasons. Although Jax spent the first seasons of Sons of Anarchy trying to honour his father's wishes and vision for the club, he ended up trying to clean up the mess left by his stepfather and president of SAMCRO, Clay Morrow. Jax tried to get the club out of its many dangerous and shady businesses. This earned the club a bunch of enemies, which in turn led to Jax and company going to jail a couple of times throughout Sons of Anarchy, and in one of those occasions, Jax was left wounded, and while the series didn't air what happened to him, the story behind those scars on Jax's body has already been revealed. Jax was sent to prison a couple of times over the course of 7 seasons of Sons of Anarchy, one of them at the end of Season 3. After making a deal with June Stoll in which he seemed like he had betrayed the club, Jax and other SAMCRO members went to prison while the rest set up Stoll and killed her, with Opie being the one who pulled the trigger. Jax and company were released from prison at the beginning of Season 4, and he was already sporting scars on his abdomen. Now a deleted scene from Sons of Anarchy Season 4 reveals the truth about those scars. While in line to use the phone, Jax was repeatedly stabbed by a member of the Russian mafia, with no one else from the club around to help him, and this was a consequence of SAMCRO's deals with the Russians and others. The Russian mafia was present in Sons of Anarchy since Season 1, but it wasn't that big of a presence. SAMCRO's first 9 member Lenny Yanowitz was revealed to have formed good relations with the Russian mafia in Stockton State Prison, and in Season 2, the mafia was offered to sell guns to the true IRA, but the plan fell through. However, the plan was revived in Sons of Anarchy Season 3 after Jimmy O'Fallon contacted Russian mafia leader Viktor Putlova for protection. Although Putlova helped O'Fallon, he quickly turned on him when SAMCRO offered him a lot of money for Jimmy, so they delivered O'Fallon to SAMCRO, and Chips Telford finally got his revenge. But the money the Russians got from SAMCRO was counterfeit, so they went after the club. Stabbing Jax in prison was part of their payback for SAMCRO's betrayal, and the only thing stopping the Russians from killing the Sons was the club's new alliance with the Galindo cartel. The problems and thirst for revenge from both SAMCRO and the Russian mafia continued throughout Season 4, with the latter attending Opie and Lila's wedding only to be ambushed and killed. Then the Russians kidnapped Jax and Opie at the Wahira reservation, and then they were killed by members of the cartel, and finally a Russian being killed by the Wahira. Ultimately, SAMCRO outsmarted the Russians and got rid of them, but not without a lot of physical harm. What do you guys think? Did the SAMCRO Russian mafia feud get drawn out, or was it perfectly executed much like most Kurt Sutter writing? Let me know below.